What's up, print fam? Welcome back to the print shop. Recently had a question about having kind of an update on what it takes to run my size of a print shop. I've gone over some of the revenue numbers in other videos, so you can check back and see that. But I thought I would just kind of do a little shop tour, so to speak, and then talk about more of what it takes to operate the day-to-day business. So let's start off with a tour. Quick shout out to firesprint.com for sponsoring today's episode. More on them in just a little bit. So right now we're standing at the door of the shop area. So we've got storage, paper production, miscellaneous crap, more miscellaneous crap, flatbed printer, flatbed cutter, roll printer, break area. So let's start with the break area. So this is where we store miscellaneous shirts and things that I have that I either ordered wrong or ordered too much or what have you, or I've got shirts down there that I want to decorate for my business that I still haven't done. We've got some extra media for some upcoming jobs. The box corner. Then we got the break area. So we got the refrigerator and microwave, some drinks, couch, TV, snack center. People will probably ask what kind of snacks we got, so we'll come in here. We got different varieties of chips, some cookies, breakfast bars, some keto stuff, low carb stuff, some protein drinks, chocolate, more chips, sweets, breakfast. So then we got media storage for the roll printer, and then we've got the roll printer. I have the HP Latex 315 with aftermarket take-up reel. And then coming a little bit farther, we've got the Summa F1612 flatbed cutter. So kind of the logic behind it was things can come off the printer, go to the cutter, or they could come off the flatbed. This is the Canon Arizona GT 135 GT, sorry, opposite. But they can also come from here and go there. And then we got my media storage. I rent out that space. And then walking over this direction, we've got the the fiber laser. So this is a 30 watt Raycus fiber laser. We've got a conveyor belt that I obviously use a ton, a corner punch, envelope printer, paper folder, which still doesn't work, Duplo, cutter, hole punch, drill press thingy, and then we've got the Konica C3080. We've got the booklet finisher, the IQ, decurler, anti-static, primary engine, and then the large capacity tray. We've got the fire that comes with it. We also have the Epson here on top for doing some roll labels, and then just all the paper storage and miscellaneous stuff. I do not own everything in the shop, and not everything is at the shop. My CO2 laser is at my nephew's in the garage. My embroidery machine is at my house in the garage. So my wife runs the embroidery, my nephew runs the CO2. We do everything else here at the shop. As far as equipment that I own at this point, none of the big stuff. So the HP is technically still on a loan, although it's technically paid off. The flatbed cutter is on a loan. The Konica is on a loan. The Canon is on a loan. The Duplo is on a loan. The embroidery machine I own, the fiber laser I own, the CO2 laser I own, the folder I own, the drill press I own, the envelope printer I own, the corner rounder I own, and then I own all of the, whatever it's called, supplies, the stock. But yeah, let's get down into like the nitty gritty of numbers though. So between the loan payments, which they're leased to own with a $1 buyout, how that started was I got the loan on the HP, and then I got the loan on the Duplo, and then by the time I got the loan on the Konica, I was able to merge the HP and the Konica together in one loan. And then we got the loan on the Summa flatbed, and by the time I did that, I was able to merge all of them into one loan. And then I got a separate loan on the Canon, because that's through Canon directly rather than everything else is through another company. The HP I've had for 4 years, the Konica and the Duplo I've had for about 3. The Summa I will hit a year in a few months, and the Canon I've had for about 4 or 5 months. So yeah, that's where I'm at. The total cost to keep the lights on, including the lease payments, rent, utilities, all my software, so like Adobe Creative Cloud, QuickBooks, my accountant, Penji, just all the things, Monday.com, Pipedrive.com, all of those like subscription services that I have to have on a monthly basis. All of that, including insurance. Insurance is a big deal. All of that is about $10,000 per month. So if you look at it, kind of how I look at it, is it's $500 a day. So every day I come into work, it's $500. Yep, $500. Assuming that you have 20 days that you can work in a month. So roughly $62.50 per hour if you're working an 8-hour shift. Now with my business, my typical margin or profit or whatever you want to call it is about 50%. So in order for me to make money, I really have to sell a lot more, because in order to have $10,000 of profit, then I have to sell $20,000 worth of stuff, because if I have $20,000, half of that is my cost of goods, and then that last $10,000 will go to pay. So if I do $20,000 in sales, then I will end up at break even. So in order for me to really make any money, I've got to do $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month. My goal, I believe, is about $47,000 per month. I can pull it up here if I can remember how to get to it. My goal is $42,000 a month, because at $42,000 a month, that's $500,000 in sales for the year. The reason why I set that is it would give cash to the business. It would make it so the business could pay all of its expenses, and it would let me pay myself. So that's kind of how it is. That's kind of what it does. And not every business needs to be the way I am or what I do or how I do it. Part of the reason behind that is I have a lot of different pieces of equipment, and some of it is better than others to have. It's nice to have all of the equipment that I have, because I can say yes to a lot of things, but at the same time, it's hard. Like, I could have just stuck with stickers. I wouldn't need a bigger space, wouldn't need as fancy of equipment to cut stuff. I could just get away with like a graph deck cutter or my Summa cutter, which I still have my roll cutter. It might be in the video here somewhere. But it would be a lot easier to operate, a lot more affordable to run. Or it could switch to just paper, or like just do laser stuff. And it's not to say that all of it is bad, because it's not. Like, I get a lot of business because of my flexibility, but it also would be a lot cheaper to operate if I were to focus a little bit more, instead of growing as fast and as rapid as I did. It probably would have been better to focus on one thing longer, get that revenue stream more consistent, rather than there's enough money to buy another piece of equipment, so let's do it and expand and do more. But yeah, I'm sitting about $10,000 a month to cover everything. In my area, I'm in a 3,000 square foot warehouse, so it's not retail oriented. It's in a business park, so it's away from traffic. People have a hard time finding me when they do need to come here, but I really like it. I really enjoy it. I like my space. I like where it's located. I like what I do. Most of the time, I'm happy to be here and happy to work, and this year's been a lot better than the last 2 years being full-time, so I'm looking forward to that. Still, like, I haven't hit my goal for the last 2 months. We're in March right now, but I did pretty close, and so I'm happy with the results, but it's not where I want to be. One thing that I did decide early on was I did want to spend more money on equipment and less money on manpower. So as far as the operation goes, it's me and one part-time person. Taylor comes in at this point roughly like 15 to 20 hours a week. He was doing 20, but he now wants to take Thursdays off, so he does not work every single day of the week because he has another job that he works. So he's coming in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for me, and works 5-ish hours. So it's me, it's Taylor, and Penji. That's kind of how we get things done. And then I just have a whole bunch of trade partners that help me be able to do what it is that I do. So speaking of trade partners, I want to give a big shout out to firesprint.com for sponsoring today's episode. It's the year that people are voting. It's voting time. It's voting season. It's political season. So it's a great time to get yard signs. They have their fast and free section, which I've already used to quote a couple of jobs already, because while I can print it on my own flatbed printer, when I'm doing hundreds of them, it's not worth that opportunity cost for me to do it. It's better for me to outsource it. They come delivered, they come done, and I can just give them to my customer. Or better yet, I like to have them drop shipped to my customer. So firesprint.com is a trade-only wholesale printer. They not only do yard signs, but they do banners, stickers, and a bunch of other things. So make sure you check out firesprint.com. I really appreciate them sponsoring the episode. You can save 10% off your first order with the coupon link down in the description. So this is my business. Your business might be different. Your business might be the same. Probably a good example is I'm not where I was years ago. I'm not where I was when I started. Alan Wade came out with a video saying that he doesn't cut vinyl anymore. I don't either. I do stickers, but I don't do cut vinyl anymore. And even when my customers ask for cut vinyl, I usually say no, because it's just not where I am in my business. It's not worth it. I used to say yes to jobs that there's no way I will touch now, because a lot of times I'd rather do nothing, or I would rather record a video for you guys than spend the time doing those jobs that make a little bit of money, but not enough that it's worth the time that I would want to spend on it. As an example, there's a restaurant that I do work for. I do their menus and stickers and signs and their hats and a few other things. And I saw the other day that they got new vinyl on their front doors. I was like, oh, are you guys cheating on me? Like, what the heck happened? And it's white cut vinyl. And he said, you do that? I was like, well, no, not really, but like, who'd you end up having doing it, and how much did you spend? He's like, I paid them $30. They cleaned off the old vinyl, they installed the new vinyl, and it included the vinyl for $30 a door. That would be $30 just for the vinyl, let alone removing the old vinyl, cleaning it, and installing the new one. Would I have maybe done that 5-10 years ago? Yeah. But at this point, no. If I'm gonna go install something, like I did the other day, I installed a little 18-inch graphic, and it took me like 5 minutes. It was $75 just to show up. And I sprayed a little Windex on it, made sure the window was clean, measured it out, put it up. It was $75 plus the cost of the vinyl. So just remember that your business is different than mine, and you have different dreams and aspirations and goals, and everyone needs to find that out. I am still trying to find that out. My latest love and passion is the fiber laser, and it makes me think, oh, I should just buy a bunch of inventory, buy a bunch of lasers, and just do that. But at the same time, I like being so flexible, and like the next thing that I really want to do direct to garment or direct to film, even though I shouldn't. I just, like, Mike, I really need an intervention. So let me know if you have questions, though. I try to be as transparent as possible. So yeah, if you have questions, concerns, just let me know. Thank you again, Firesprint, for sponsoring the episode. Thank you, Taylor, for editing the videos. Not Taylor, Cam. Sorry. Thank you, Cam, for editing the videos. Cam and Taylor are brothers. Thank you, Cam. And thank you, Print Fam. I really do appreciate you. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.